Oh, good day, mate. This is Animan bringing you another Fleet Ops audio commentary. Tonight I have the pleasure of introducing two new Fleet Ops players, and they're going to play a one-on-one. They are up here in the top, white Klingons. This is Francis, and versus his friend, I presume. This is Sam, the Blue Federations. Now they were chatting before, and they're just saying they were new to the game, and so welcome, guys. Glad to see you online. Everyone, give these guys all sorts of encouragement, advice. Keep it positive, etc., etc. So, this guy is at least not too noobish. As you can see, he is moving into the Starfleet Engineering first. So he's got, you can see that Sam's kind of got an idea of, what he's going. So he's going to need to go to Monsoons or Intrepids. Smart, pretty conservative, right up the middle, decent strategy. Up here we have the Klingons going for, sort of a central yard way out here a little bit. Looks like it's kind of close-ish, trying to cover his expansion, his natural expansion. And he's going for a miner in between the moons. And so he's got, let's see, field research. Are we going to see cavorts and Quebecs? I would expect as much. So these noobs, as they call themselves, are sporting some strategies that shows that they've played before. So that's good to see. So I always like my noobs a little well done. So we are oh, hello. Are we seeing a Katinga Quebec rush here, folks? I mean, he's got this sucker, all sorts of Tompeys. These go pop into Katingas, or maybe he's just going to expand. But I'm betting slightly better than even money that he's going Katingas. Me and my wily betting ways. All right, so let's take a look over here on the Feddies. The Feddies are setting up an expansion quite early. We've got, oh, hello, chassis level 1 going up, but where is that yard? So a touch of a mistake here. If you're trying to get out some ships, this guy is going to be in trouble here shortly if he doesn't get a yard out. So Klingons are massing up cavorts, yep, Quebecs, and waiting for those Katingas. And so about 4 or 5 ships just kind of rush this guy. Will be all sorts of fun here. See a yard coming up here very shortly, maybe a forward yard, but I sure hope not, because well, the Klingons, they're cloakers. They just kind of like go around it. So let's see where this. Okay, here we go. Yard at the expansion. Not too bad. Does leave his main base open to all sorts of fun harassment. Well, so let's see what these guys do. Getting out these large numbers of Tompeys look like they are mining, so unfortunately we're not going to see a Katinga rush. Those are always fun when you see like 4 of those. 4 of the Katingas, or 6 of them all just go pop, and you're like, oh my god. You can do it in a little girly voice if you want to. We do have one Quebec over here scouting around. Could actually get a free kill here, but that would require a lot of mismanagement here. Sam, all he's got to do is blaze a trail right into this yard and repair. So let's see. So we pumping out some Intrepids. Intrepids are a good counter to the Quebec. They have 80 AI, so they counter medium-range vessels such as this Quebec. But luckily for Francis, and not so much Sam here, is that he is sporting cavorts as well, so he is at least not going to be completely countered by this. So these guys could, if they can get a kill out here, it'd be nice and get a little rank up. Love seeing ranks make the game a lot of fun. They are going to leave that poor bugger alone and come all the way over here to grab one of these guys. That's going to have a lot further to go, and so they get a better chance of getting a kill. Now, the other thing they could do is wait for one of these guys to try to, when it docks, and when it docks, it's kind of stuck there for a little while. So, Francis doing his dastardly best to get a kill in here, get a early leg up on this guy. He's going to get it. And so the harassment continues. Waiting for that Intrepid. Here comes the Intrepid to the rescue. And do we see... Oh, yes. So Starfleet Science, I am betting that Sam here is going to go for a warp in. I would be betting Feds go warp in here. Now this Intrepid is going to spend some decent time, quality time with his best mate here, and have a jolly good time. And so one trick here is they get a nice little kill here. Good micro on Francis's part, being aware of what's where, kind of just getting on top of the game here, and then he's going to end up pulling off another kill here. It's just completely ignoring the Intrepid. And down goes another kill. So, these guys, no rank ups out of these, and I am really surprised at that. Just quite surprised. So these guys are not going to be able to kill this Intrepid. It just, the ADAI is providing such a good bonus against that medium range that they're really just... Yeah, Klingons are wasting time here. Either that or they're just tying him up. Still... Okay, wait, what? Wait. Starfleet Command, and we are decomming a science? Wow. Okay, so Sam pulling out a interesting little trick here. I guess maybe he wants to get more ships out of this or something. But, we'll see where this goes. Wants to get a little bit of resources back in the game. That is an interesting move. I don't think I've ever seen that. So the Intrepids are playing with the Quebecs, and the Quebecs are playing back, and it's playtime. And we shall see each other. We shall see these guys just kind of pounding on each other, and only if Francis is not watching would this guy even be in danger. Unless they get a nice little critical on a weapon system, in which case this Quebec would be dead. Because these guys are short-ranged and therefore fast, and this Quebec is medium and therefore slower. So, at this point in the game, Klingons are up about 2, and the Federation are about to go into warp-ins. Oddly enough, you see the Klingons going into a battle yard, so I see a whole bunch of stops here so that they get this battle yard going. Which, I don't know how I feel about that. It could be a good move if he's moving into Sangs. Sangs do seem to do quite well against those Intrepids. Anything that's not medium range is good. And we shall see. So the Klingons got a leg up and just are not pressing their advantage. So they got 4 ships here versus the 2. And, oh, 5. Total 5 ships. And here comes the warp in. So here we got a Intrepid, followed by another Intrepid, followed by an Intrepid in the yard, followed by a warp in that's coming down the Klingons' throats. The Klingons are probably very aware of this, and unfortunately, because Sam decommed his research, he is not going to have decloak, and that is rather unfortunate because decloak is the bane of any of the cloaking races for obvious reasons. And we have Kadooge. Kadooge. That's not too shabby. At least you get some bigger ships out on the board. And here comes the warp-in. Where is that warp-in? Hello. Oh, right here. Guess where? Ooh, nice little pull. Intrepid and Excelsior. And now it's all bloody hell. as these guys are going to pound on this cavort, and these Intrepids are just going to take all sorts of beating. Oh, wow. This guy is getting out of here. Micro good stuff from some peeps. And is this guy going to make it into the yard? Its weapons is almost dead. Weapons are almost dead for proper English, folks. But didn't get the kill, and so now the Feds are fighting around the repair yard. And this is going to do nothing for the Feds, except lose some supply, because these Quebecs and Cavorts are going to be all over this, and they're just going to eat this Excelsior. If the Klingons don't clean up this battle, they will be sillified. In the meantime, they are going to pound down on... They should really pound out this Ambassador class, as it's really they have the greater... They have the speed option on this guy. Unfortunately, the Klingons aren't able to capitalize on their superior position. They're now fighting on the Federation's forward yard, and so we go back and forth. Sam, on the meanwhile, is over here trying to be sneaky. We are playing on a 3-player map, so it has a 3rd starting point, and he is trying to steal the 3rd starting point's first expansion. Okay, up here, the Feds have gone a little bit too frisky, and so they are trying to rein in their frisky ships. Frisky. Sounds like cat food. So you can see that Sam is sitting on just a ton of resources here. Ton being anything over a K, whereas his opponent is actually sitting on even more. His opponent should unblock this block and start churning out ships left and right. Got an armory up. Are we expecting... What are we expecting? The Kadooge here is actually a great ship because it is a support vessel, and unfortunately for the ADAI, it is horrible against support ships. So the Kadooge is an actual really good... Unfortunately, the one thing that this guy's got going for him is he's got larger defense than everything else, so the Intrepids aren't going to touch him for their first little go. So here comes the Klingons trying to bait the Feds from getting too frisky, while at the same time sneaky down here and burn down some mining. I like the Feds' play here. They've got it in the bag. So they've got just enough to keep the Feds honest, and they are going after dilithium while taking some unnecessary starbase fire. So we'll see if the Feds can capitalize on this while they've got a ship in the yard, and they are going to get a kill out of it. No! We're expecting blue no in capital letters coming across the screen here, but unfortunately not able to capitalize on that near kill there. Really, the thing that needed to happen is the ship that was in the yard needed to also be targeted by one of the ships to keep it in there just a little bit longer. And meanwhile, the Klingons are just having a blast in the Feds' dilithium. So Sam here is just getting his trousers cleaned, and that's not good. That ain't good at all. And I don't think he notices it yet. One thing, however, he's got a warpin coming up, and that is going to turn the tide nice and neat like. So the Klingons, having made nice work over here, gotten a little bit of rank up. Looks like they are going to mosey. Oh, here comes the Fed warp-in. Give a little defense here, and the backing off of the tri-mining. So one thing that you'll notice is that Francis went after the dilithium, and I think he went after it a little bit earlier as well. The point I want to make there is if you're going to hit on a resource, hit on that same resource every single time. For them, a lot of players don't seem to don't want to redistribute their miners as much, and so you can see here that Sam is putting all of his tri-miners back on his tribe, but he's got 2k of tri, and he really needs to just ditch all that cargo and go over the die. It's an odd but very common practice that I see a lot of people do. So yeah, take that in mind. So the Klingons, figuring that they need to bugger out, are, well, buggering out. Unfortunately, they've got their cloak on cooldown for the moment, and they are just trying to run off. The Warpin got 2 Excelsiors, a whole bunch of small stuff. I'm sorry, long-range stuff, and so they're not very fast. And here is where that ping would have been a beautiful thing. Because these 3 would have been dead. Where death is equal to beauty. In this case, it's an RTS. Come on, work with me here. So the Feds are going to come up here and try to capitalize on this split fleet. However, I think they are not going. They're going to get a little bit more than they are bargaining for. And here, actually, the Klingons are taking a crap ton of damage in their Kadooge. But again, that support. Are they good? Oh, it's so close. The Feds just cannot buy a hit. That is so very unfortunate there. And I think they lost their Warpin too. So Klingons here making excellent use of their cloaking, in and out, and back in again. Here we are, back in the main, back in the money, and I really think this constant harassment back here is going to win the Klingons this game, though it does appear that the Feds are depending heavily on those Warpins. I don't see any more ships being built, and that is an unfortunate bit. Oh, he finally does get a kill off on something, and it looked like Francis was just not paying attention for half a second. And they're going after the Intrepid. The Intrepid is trying to make its way back in, and what would really be useful is, yep, there we go. Just a little bit too late. The Intrepid bounced back around trying to save this poor Intrepid that is engine whacked. So they are going to save it. They're going to put up a little wall of fire. And did they get... Oh my goodness, can they not get a kill? There, finally. Good old Sturdio Quebecs. And those guys are really sort of paying off, actually. So, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, hello, an Armada yard. That's nice. Where's the ships? I would like to see some ships, please. What did we just spin that on? Oh, there we go. Finally putting in some Intrepids in the mix. Let's see. Yep, some E2s on the board. But this Klingon is not going to let this crap coming out. And here's where this platform needs to get built. Right now. Because if I'm the Klingons, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to burn down this platform. And that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to take your base. As fast as possible. But they are not going to be able to burn down this Armada yard because it's just going to be too much as far as hulls go through. And yeah, so look at them go. Down goes the platform. So there's something like 50-50 or 150 that's completely useless. Experience for the Klingons. Oh, and the Cavort gets it. So this is where the Cavorts and the Quebecs here need to not pay attention to this yard. I really don't think this is going to work out in their favor. They're going to spend too much time beating on something that's not going to die fast enough. And this is what the Feds are going to do. I like what Sam is doing here. He knows where that fleet is. He's like, I am going to at least get some kills out of here. Hello. What did we just see? Oh, yeah, those torpedoes, those came from the E1s. Just torpedoes after torpedoes after torpedoes. And look at this. We got all sorts of torpedoes here today. Oh, that good Lord, those Cavorts are just breezing by on nothing. They are so absolutely. So here comes the Fed. They're going to do a good thing. They're just like, I'm going to get some kills. The heck with all those ships that I can't kill. And they're going to get some rank ups on this stuff. So they just need to make sure that they don't die. And here comes another fleet. And this little Intrepid, is it going to make it? Yes, it is. And here comes a Kadooge. Getting a little bit whacked. Looks like it toggled. I would almost... No, it didn't toggle it special. Down goes an Intrepid. I'm sorry. Down goes an Excelsior 1. And down goes an Intrepid here very shortly. And the Feds are beating a hasty retreat. Not hasty enough. as you see some good micro from this Klingon player as he is pulling his stuff out, cloaking them, getting them out of battle, getting them repaired. Really has been working in his favor. And you can see these torpedoes are just stacking up, even though they're missing against that. I believe it's a medium vessel. This Cavort could be wrong on that one. Let's take a look down here. I see some white. That's not decloaking. So, Francis, great move here. Uncloak. Kill some miners. Be good for your health. So you can see back over here, an E2 out on the board. And this guy is in a little bit of trouble. He is undefended. He's slow moving. And I see a crew of 6 that just want to beat the crap out of him. Feds need to support their ships. And looks like this guy is just going to say to heck with it. Mixing it up with no ships in production, unfortunately. And here comes this 6 ships going to burn down this. They are actually, looks like they're going to get this kill here. Let's see, are we? No Klingon. No decloaking here, unfortunately. Now, let's see what the Fed's response here is. Decisive action would be called for here, as they are going to move up. I, again, like the Fed's response here. I know where your fleet is. I'm going to go beat you up. Oddly enough, the Klingons are going into Imperial Yard, which I really don't think is a good move at the moment, because it stops ship production. They've got a good ship production thing going on here. They need to build more ships, go into something else, buy supplies or anything. But they've got a numbers game going on here, and they're winning the numbers game. This move into the Imperial Yard's not really going to give them a better numbers game. I think something just died there, and I think it was a Klingon ship. So the Feds finally get to buy a shot, and Jesus, can someone get a torpedo? Oh my goodness. Francis is so freaking lucky here. The entire game he has been pulling out these amazingly close calls. Ooh, and hello, can you see a little bit of quantum torpedoes having their way with the ship, but not enough to do the job. So the Feds here are fighting a whole bunch of stuff that is not dying, and they're just wasting firepower. Need to find a way to get some kills here. Anything. Kill the constructors. Finally getting Cavort. And finally going to get a couple kills here. They are getting the kills, and finally. Now, they've got a bit of a strong fleet here. The Feds could burn some stuff. They've got concentrated firepower. Unfortunately, everything is going to repair all at once, and down goes a Cavort. Down goes another Cavort. The Klingons are, it's their game to lose if they don't watch out. The Feds can, well, it's called a Fed roll because it's a Fed roll. I mean, once a certain amount of critical mass, you got complete 360 directional fire. These guys don't got to do anything but just kind of like move around the board. So, Negvars, baby. The Negvar, the non-cloaking big ship that seems to die really fast. And I think this is where Francis is going to make a big mistake. These Negvars are going to come in here and they're just going to get blowed up. He's wasting a lot of money on these guys because, well, yeah. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I'm not wrong about this. These 3 cloak ships in the main base here are doing some excellent 3-ship scouting. I mean, they've really got these miners like triaged. I mean, they know exactly, they're pinned down. They got exactly moment by moment. And here we go with the second Armada yard, a little bit safer position, giving up on that expansion. So you can see the Fed's resources are 6 and 4K, and the Klingons are a little bit more even at 12 and 15, with an Imperial research. So, gotta love people who like to go all the way up the tech tree. Ooh, hello! More E1s. Torpedo boats out the wazoo, and an Intrepid? I'm sorry, an Akira? The Fed's just like, well, you can't accuse them of doing... Oh, hello, finally! And when I wasn't looking either! So the Feds warp down here, provide a little bit of support. These guys gonna waltz over here, gonna decloak here, burn this guy down. End of story. What we're missing here is a science facility and a ping. Because the ping would be really good. Or a sensor station. Or anything. Like 2 of them right here. Just so that nothing can get across. But, alas, all is wanting. Second Negvar about to hit the yards, hit the dirt, and we are going to see the Fed roll in action, folks. I really do think we are going to see a Fed roll action, as the Klingons are just not cinching this battle here. Got another E2 out, and we are about to get critical mass on this Fed roll, folks. Fed's just constantly pumping out ships, and the Klingons are not. Where are the Klingons spending their money? Looks like a research in there. There's another Negvar out here. Someone's got some research going on, please. Look at all these research stations. 4 of them. Gotta love it. Lots and lots of money spent on structures that don't shoot. But at least they're shooting the mining over here. Keeping the Feds, well, I don't know if they're keeping them honest. They're keeping them dead. And they're going to get this kill off, and yes they are. Very nice, very nice. Time to cloak. Time to cloak. And there they go. Bada bing, bada bing. If the Feds can get a lucky... Nope, they didn't get a lucky. The lucky hit that would be... You can see that the weapon system took a little bit of damage. Here comes a platform. Very nice, finally. As we see the Federal here slowly gain traction. You do see the Klingons putting up a heavy weapons platform. Don't see don't see these guys that often anymore. And you don't often see a scouted mining station all by itself, being left alone. So platform going up, Federal about to roll out, and the Klingons are about to tango with the Federal, and we'll see if they know the same dance. I don't know of a dance that would go with a Federal. I don't even know of music that would go with a Federal. I know what food would go with the Federal, but that's a different topic altogether. So, down here, these Klingons are, again, waiting. They've totally got this moon mapped. And Feds are just not building any more ships. Oddly enough, you got money. Spend stuff. You got 6K of tritanium. If you had a science station, you could buy some research. Or you can go here and buy some research. Improved weapons, improved shielding, you know, all of the above would be good. Let's see, what are we building here? Nope, and nope, and nope, and what are they building? There it is. Torpedo platform. Torpedo platform. I'm not a fan. I'm not really a fan of this guy, but I did not know that torpedo platform had a blade of armor. That's a big chunk of money. Big chunk of money. I'd have spent it on research. This Fed fleet ain't doing anything. It needs to be doing something. There's a lot of firepower on the board that's not doing anything. These guys are just moseying it up. So, let's take a look at these Negvars. 50% damage against long range, and they are quarter resistance down against short range. Let's count how many short range ships we got down here. Let me guess. Look at all those Intrepids. Really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, if you count the Ambassador as a short range. 7 ships to whack on the Negvars. And are we going to get the research? That'd be kind of cool. But I don't think we're going to see it. And are we going to get to see this? So, are the Klingons going to decloak? No, they're not. Because, quite frankly, they're afraid of this platform. Where did this Fed's dilithium go? Let's see. Ship. Oh my god. No way. Sovereigns? Are you kidding me? Sovereigns. Give me some Defiance. I'd rather see Defiant, quite frankly. Defiants are cool. How many games have you seen that someone got a Defiant that they lost? Not many. Of course, that's kind of a trick question. So this guy's going to roll on into repair, maybe? And let's see these Negvars retreat without Cloak. Wow. Federal in full roll. And they're going to get this guy? No! He's going to get out of dodge all sorts of nice and pretty. So this Federal has decided to tell these guys off. And this Intrepid, also feeling quite frisky, has decided to tell them off as well. Looks like a little bit of Miss Micro. Gonna turn out wrong for somebody. So, we have a platform here. Platform. Research, please. Anyone? Bueller? So this is the part where a lot of people fall in the trap of not really they don't know what to do. They're not able to make a decisive hit here, and they're sort of this lull in the game. These guys, they really need to both just start attacking stuff. Whatever little bit of the Klingons could benefit so much from their cloakers going and taking out this little bit of mining expansion. It's not, and even by that, just taking some map control or just putting the feds on their heels. The psychological aspect of the game is actually quite huge when you add everything up. If you can box in someone, make them think that they're losing, 9 times out of 10 you'll win, just because they've already given up. And so it seems like you heard me putting out the Defiance. Defiance will be excellent against the Negvars, but that's going to be a little bit expensive. Let's see. I wonder where... Okay, good. We got a warp in coming in. And this guy should probably put up a... Oh, this guy is going to go all the way over here. Oh, this is a bad idea, folks. You know why this is a bad idea? This guy is going to get hammered. Because here comes a whole nasty bunch of Klingons. And here comes a bunch of supply that's just going to get lost. Like 30 a pop. And this Imperial Yard going up way fast. And the feds are in such a nasty position. They are so dead. But we're going to see what happens when, like, 15 Klingon ships mess with the feds. It looks like the Klingons are going to win that one. And here comes the nastiest little bit of everything that you wanted to imagine. You can see some cloak going off there. That's good. Trying to get... Oh, they are going to get the station. I hope he decommed that, and I don't think he did. Wow, what a move there by the feds. They did get in. That was a nice little bit there. And the feds could really, really mop up here. These Klingon ships a lot of these are forward firing, and these Negvars cannot cloak. That cloaking, again, still paying off in spades. This Fed fleet trying to get a little bit, trying to get some action here. Not getting the turnaround here. Oh, and here comes the Negvars mopping up on these ships here. Able to... Ooh. This is going to get really nasty. And I saw... engine hooks on this Klingon ship here. Oh yeah, this is just about to get really nasty here as this fleet is getting some rank ups here, and this is a new weapon here. And the Klingons have just cinched a nice tactical victory. The feds paid dearly for the Klingons not taking that map control. At this point, the Klingons have this game if they just push. The feds are on their heels. They do not have the numbers. You've taken... You can almost count half of their ships you've killed. It's time to roll in. Burn some more ships. A Blade of Armor is going to do wonders against... See, this is a Blade of Armor plus this... It's only so the Defiant only gets approximately like 26 resistance against short range because of these conflicting guys. Nice, nice. In the end, you know, it does turn out to be a positive, but it's fun to see those guys. So let's take a look at the Klingons. I'm going to take out this guy again, get a little bit of experience, and all in all, keep their expansion. Down that goes, and here are the Klingons lollygagging. I mean, if you ever tell a Klingon that he's lollygagging to his face, expect reprisals. This Defiant, obviously feeling frisky, more than it should, getting a little bit ahead of the game. And the Fed fleet trying to valiantly defend its territory as it is just getting whacked on. And here we see. We're going to get a bunker buster in here anytime soon, folks. Feds need to get the numbers out here, put something else on the board. Get a warp in about 4 seconds out. Klingons need to make something decisive here. Well, this would be map control. I'd call that fairly decisive. If the Klingons could get... let's see. Klingons are sporting... Are they building stuff? No, they are building miners. Well, that's a good thing. A little bit of lull in the game. Someone needs to make a little bit of decisive maneuvering here. Burn some Fed ships down would be great decisive maneuvering. Take out this expansion, take out this forward base, and then you've got the Feds on their heels completely. What are the Feds doing down here? Oh no, not this again. No! What are they going to build back here? All they're doing is inviting for free experience. I mean, that's within range of this guy. Seriously? No way. Put it back further. You know, if you can do that, put it way over in the corner. So, Francis is finally moving on Sam. Sam is moving on Francis. Sam, meet Francis. Francis, meet Sam. Blow each other up. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. So, engaging. We can see these ships just burning down this Kadooge. And the Kadooge takes it. And then the Intrepid takes it. And then the Kadooge taking it some more. Is it going to get away? Oh, that 4-second cloak. Just giving it the edge it needs to repair. Wow, Francis is all over. Oh, and the Feddies lose. I can't tell what that was. Let's see. Oh no, not an offensive warp in. No, that's a bad idea. Okay, Fed folks, watch this. So you got 198. Now you've got 170. Now watch this. 170. You've now got 150. And now you've got 129. And now you got 108. So that's what happens when you mess with your warp-ins. Lost almost 100 there. And I think one of those is because he's building something. Yes, right there. And there is actually the GG. Klingons needing to mop up here. And, well, Sam saying, no, 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 not a GG. No, not yet. Oh, finally, the Klingons do not get lucky with something. Got a pair of Excels here. A frisky, other class. What is this thing doing? He's built down here. He's not doing anything with it, though. And the Defiants are taking fire and running away. And the Klingons are running away. All sorts of good stuff like that. So let's take a look at these E2s. Take a look at their special. They don't actually have any specials. Sorry, no subsystems. Passives, that's what I was looking for. So they take nothing more than the fact that they are long-range and large vessels. So things like torpedoes whack them, and other various ships counter them via their long range, etc., etc., like the Negvars. So now we're waiting for these guys to beat each other up, which is fascinating to watch when they're not hitting each other. Got like 2 boxers in the ring, just circling. Intrepid on the way, and another Defiant. Come on, Klingons. You gotta kind of make this, make this punch hurt. Can it be like Kool-Aid punch? Like grape-flavored Kool-Aid punch would be great. At this point, the Feds seem to be just giving away their position. As a scout goes and scouts out this very small fleet here, all of the Defiants over here are going to run around in the background, waltz through the nebula. These 4 little guys are going to beat up on these mining, so that'll be fun. And these Klingons know that they have this win here. They can just waltz right in, and they are waltzing. All sorts of Vietnamese waltzing into this guy. The only reason I called it Vietnamese waltz is because I don't know what the other waltz is. Feel free to educate me on my my dance classifications. Over here, the Defiants are having a jolly good time, beating on a nicely ranked up Covort. That'll rank up some Defiant here very shortly. But the Klingons have the day, as they are going to burn through this yard quite nicely, and to heck with what they've got over here. So if we get a ranked up Defiant, that would be hilarious. As the Klingons are going to get all sorts of ranks here. Ranked up Negvars. How often do you see those? Not very often. Oh, wow. They've got cloak on these guys. And what is the Klingons doing? The Klingons, you're retreating? Why are you retreating? Don't retreat. The heck with that. These Defiants are not going to be doing enough yet. No, 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 no. They can't even cloak. Burn through the battle, just burn it. Just give it up. Decom it all. Who cares? These Defiants are dead, by the way. Unless they run away and escape, in which case they wouldn't be dead, would they? Defiance versus the Negvars. Defiance will win that one, but they also know that they're not going to beat against 4 versus 5 or 6. So they're going to go down here, and they are going to repair. Oh, no, they don't want to do that, because guess what? That'd be bad, because they're going to lose their surprise, their element of surprise down here. And so they are going to whack on this Kadooge, and this guy needs to go repair. This Kadooge is going to be able to cloak out and or repair before it can do anything, and these Defiants are going to get whacked. Wow, they are taking a lot of damage. I mean, they're soaking it up quite nicely. But they are just not... They're going to be no match for the numbers here. They're just no match for the numbers. And they're both just cycling through the repair yards. Oh, dear Lord, folks, help me. Help me, somebody. Someone get a supply build going on here. Another Defiant in the mix. Oh, Negvar's cloaking. Negvar's cloaking, folks. Can you get a kill? Nope, can't get a kill. Just can't get a kill. Uh-oh, Defiant going down. Defiant going down. Oh, and it's running into the moon, and it's running into its own death. Oh, and guess what? We're going to have a veteran Navarre very shortly. Folks, this here is the death of the Federation. It's a stuffed little Defiant. And let's see the decloaking. And there it is. And there is the actual GG. Well, folks, welcome these new players. We hope to see them online, and I really appreciate someone on this time zone. Alright, folks, this is the Animans signing off. Good day.